Hey, Decide Your Destiny crew, Carl Spreedy's here. Thanks for joining me for another Decide Your Destiny daily dose. Decide to invest in your communities. If you're sick and tired of seeing all of the wrongdoings and the problems and corruption and problems and issues that aren't even getting a wink of attention in our society, and you're feeling frustrated and you're overwhelmed and you just don't know where to turn to, decide to decide to invest in your communities. Decide to invest in with your time, your energy, your questions, your critical thinking. Decide to invest in those groups, your community, your networks, your tribe. Invest that time in your tribe. As you're going along and you're informing yourself and you're learning more and more about, some of the real issues out there in the world, some of the things that we really need to sort out, clean up and fix in our world, all that energy, pour that energy into something positive, pour it into doing something good, and acting. For me, or action. For me, I'll hear from people on both sides, middle, left, right, green, blue, black, yellow, whatever. And, I'll hear all the issues, and their issues will span across many, many fields and covering many, many sort of problems that are facing us in our world. And I always ask at the end, what can we do about it? What can we do about it? If you're seeing how, some people seem to just be able to get into, positions of power, and they don't really have any great leadership, skills. They don't really have, they're not heroes. We should be investing in heroes for our leaders. And you're frustrated with this, or if you feel like it's just one big back scratching game and it's just backed by financial gain or power, and there's no real justice, or the game is rigged, or you just can't fix it, or whatever it is. These thoughts or opinions or views can be very, very suffocating. And I think it's really, really important that we take that energy and that awareness and that observation and pour it into something positive, that we can actually take action, that we can actually make change in today's day. I think a great example, I was watching an interview last night. It's Tim Ballard, and it's about this movie they brought out in 2018, and it's covering human trafficking and how much of an issue it is. Whether it's children being brought over from borders, whether it's child sex slavery or porn industry or whatever it is. He's really bringing about these topics that don't really get a wink or a bit of shade in our common information depositories that we have. But he's fighting for that because he can't just sit there and just accept what's going on. And then I found another person the other day. She's like trying to raise awareness around heart and heart health, and the fact that in Australia cardiac arrest is the number one leading cause of death in Australia, and how that if you're going to cardiac arrest, if you're in Australia, you've got about 6% chance of recovery because we don't have enough defibrillators around the place, where in Seattle you have a 62%. So Australia is really, really behind when it comes to that. So these are issues that these people are seeing that are real life issues and affecting lives and killing people and abusing people all around the world. And they would have had to face that, and eventually they would have had to say, all right, well, what am I going to do about it? And that's what I always ask. When people are telling me things, when they're sharing things, they're sharing their concerns. What are we going to do about it? What can we do about it? What can we do today, in this moment, right now? And so what I would say to you is that if you are sick and tired, if you are frustrated, if you are feeling like powerless, and you can't impact, look at those two examples. That lady, she's an older lady, and she's just building this movement, going on to podcasts, bringing out her information, educating people, trying to get more defibrillators into communities. So you can do something, whether that's a product or service that you want to bring out that's going to save lives. Whether it's a network group that you want to lead or join, a network group that empowers personal development in people and personal growth in people, or whether you just want to raise awareness on some of those topics that I just mentioned, some areas that just don't get a wink in, a look at, whatever it is, you can make impact and you can make a change. You don't have to just sit there. I guess, what I'm saying is you don't have to just sit there in some sort of apathy or misery about, oh, well, I can't do anything about it, so I'm just going to close my ears or put my head into the ground like an emu, or I can't do anything about it, it's too depressing. You can do something about it. You just have to search and figure out what you can do about it. And there's groups around the world, there's communities, there's networks, there's people that are wanting to empower others and impact others across our globe. And investing back, it's not about build back or build it and they will come. That's BS. Invest and you will come to your senses and see what gifts you are here on this earth to give and what gifts you can provide the world. Invest your time, invest your energy, invest your conscious awareness. Invest you into the solution and you will come to your senses. So that would be my message of the day, guys, is that, we can be frustrated, we can be upset, we can be disheartened in a lot of this and really, wanting change to come about and just going, our leaders are meant to be heroes in our lives, and what's the swath of pathetic examples of heroes? Why are we fighting over and distracted by certain topics? Why are we going through all these cultural wars and this one's opinion and that one's opinion, where there's so many other issues that actually need our help right now? There's lives, there's hearts that are beating in this very second that need our help, and those distractions, your decision to be caught up in those distractions is costing lives. Now that's a huge thing to say, and I know it's probably going to make quite a few people uncomfortable and upset, but it's just about reframing your mind about what's going on and trying to work out, okay, what can I do? How can I help? What is my responsibility? What is my soul's responsibility, my heart responsibility? Is it all about social approval? Am I just here to do whatever I can do to get social approval? Or is it more about trying to rescue lives from oblivion, or trying to raise awareness about a topic that's not getting heard of? What can I do? So anyway, guys, that's the message of today. I hope you like that one, and I really want you to think about your communities, your network groups, where you're investing your time. Where you're investing your time. Are you investing your time in the latest opinion piece, or are you investing your time in real, change that can impact lives for the better? And guys, remember, as always, decide your destiny. Cheers.